Hey, it's Anne, and I have a slightly different practice for you today. We're going to be doing yoga from your couch. Now, I'm not saying this is you, but some of us may be spending a little bit more time on or around the couch area these days. So I thought, hey, why not do some yoga on and around the couch? Doesn't mean it's going to be super easy lounging. You don't need my guidance in order to lounge on the couch. I'm going to try to adapt some of our yoga movement to utilize this space, and maybe you'll be able to grab some things that you can use in the future, even just to add a little bit of movement while you're, streaming your favorite show or reading your favorite book, lounging, whatever it is. Always trying to just get movement in wherever we can. So I do have a mat out. I suggest maybe a mat or not if you don't want, and a couch, and that's all we need. So let's get started. Let's just sit comfortably first. Feet could be crossed or out, and I'm going to be near one of the ends of the couch. Hopefully you have a cushy end of your couch. We're going to be leaning over that. But let's start just seated. I'm going to relax back, and we will start as we usually start by just tuning into the body. So always bringing awareness into the body, into the space, onto the couch, and letting the body settle in, feeling supported. So really feeling our weight rest and settle into the couch, feeling the support. And then maybe return the attention to the breath. Just following as it fills as we inhale. And then following the breath out on the exhale. Noticing the movement in the body as we breathe, some movement in the belly, in the rib cage, in the chest. Inhale, that increased pressure internally, and as you exhale, just letting everything release and relax a little bit more. So maybe you notice neck muscles, shoulder muscles, jaw, face. As you exhale, can you let all of those things release and relax a little bit more? Hands resting softly wherever they are. Feeling the legs relaxing wherever they are. Good, so we'll stay with the breath and stay in the body as we move through our practice. We're going to start with some side bends over the side. So I'm just going to bring myself to the edge of the couch and melt over. So I have the edge of the couch under my rib cage, and then I'm going to bring my arm up and over. Now, as with any practice, if anything here is not comfortable or doesn't feel supportive or good for you, they're just suggestions. So modify, omit, change, add as you need to. So I'm starting with the arm of the couch underneath my rib cage. And right now it's feeling good for me to kind of roll forward and back just a little bit. So I'm getting and I have my right side down, left side up. So I'm getting a little massage actually on the right side of my rib cage, which feels nice. And then a big stretch on the left side of my rib cage. Using the breath. And also allowing my left arm to be heavy, kind of melting over my head, and that's bringing some stretch and release into the left shoulder. One more big breath. And then I'm going to adjust to slide a little bit more out, kind of farther along. So Now the arm of the chair is kind of under the space between my ribs and my hips. I'm not going to stay here quite as long, but here I'm really thinking about stretching the left side of the rib cage away from the left hip bones, the pelvic half. Even pulling my hip back towards the sofa as I let the rib cage kind of head away from the sofa. Big yawn in the side body. Good. Then I'm going to just turn around and stay on this arm. You can, go to the other side of the couch, whatever you like. At first, I'm going to put the arm of the chair right under the rib cage on the other side. So now I have my left side down, right side up. And so with this first round, I'm really focusing on the rib cage. Yawning, widening, opening in the right side of the rib cage. And that little roll forward and back feels nice. All of it's optional though, whatever feels good. See if you can have the neck relatively relaxed, the jaw, the other shoulder. I'm feeling the weight of the right arm, kind of adding some stretch into the right shoulder, the right chest as you go back, the right rib cage. One more breath here. And then I'm going to slide a little bit further out just so I concentrate the stretch more between the pelvic bones and the bottom of my rib cage. So really letting the body fall open. Stretching the abdominals here, the obliques. You could extend the legs or one of the top leg if you like. That kind of lengthens out the stretch a bit from fingers to toes. Big breath. Nice. And then I'm going to slide back onto the couch, putting the arm of the chair again under the rib cage or the heart space for a little heart opener. So find what works for you. Maybe you like to just completely hang back. Got my little gadget basket in the way. You want to just completely hang back, open the front of the neck, the throat, the arms. Or maybe you don't love that. And you want to bring the hands under the head. That's cool too. Still getting opening in the front of the chest, front of the shoulder. Take some breaths here and just thinking about the thoracic spine, which is that middle to upper portion of our spine where our ribs are. Thinking about that in extension, meaning arching back, bending back, just falling into the support over the shape of the arm of the chair or the couch. Also see if you can let the front of that area relax, so the breastbone, but then even down into the space between the ribs and the belly button. Can you breathe in a way that stretches that? So the ribs widen when you inhale, and then when you exhale, you might feel that space stretch in a different way. Even have the head up if you like and still feel that opening through that part of the body. So we're getting a stretch in the diaphragm here. Nice for breathing. That's our breathing muscle. Good. And we'll come back up and turn, bringing the sits bones right to the edge of the couch. Let's just take the knees in and out, starting to kind of rock into the hip joints. So we'll go right and left, or you could do in and out, or some of both, like I just did. So see if you can drop the knees right and left without doing a lot of movement in the hips. This is kind of checking our hip mobility in the actual hip joint. And you may feel one goes one way better than the other. So we're just noticing what that's like, getting some lubrication in the hip joints. And then we'll extend the legs, flexing the toes, and again, we'll do that windshield wiper in and out, in and out, in and out. Let's take the arms up, and we'll lengthen long over the legs. Knees bent, that's cool, or straight, wherever you are is all good. Bent feels nice because it lets you kind of hang, relax over the legs. Let the neck hang, shake yes, no. As you pull chin to chest, you'll feel even more stretch along the back, so maybe that feels good for you. Or maybe you want a little less, you bring the head up. Rock side to side. And we'll come back up. Let's plant the feet. We'll move into a little cat-cow. Flexing and extending the spine with the breath. Now here, since my sits bones are kind of right at the edge of the couch, I can actually feel the pelvic tilt really nicely. So as we roll here, rounding the back, chin to chest, the tail's also tucking under. And then I roll the whole pelvis forward, tilting it forward as the head goes back, tailbone is back. So I'm getting the whole spine involved in my cat-cow. Using the breath. Now really you can change up the breath here, that's fine. Do the opposite of what we normally do, or maybe you stay in a pose and take a breath there. That's okay. Good to add some versatility. Good. And then let's leave the spine neutral and continue that pelvic tilt. So rocking the pelvis forward and back. This is really good for the pelvic floor, also good for the lower back. Differentiating pelvic movement from spinal movement, from leg and hip movement. Is really good for the back, for the lower back. Okay, so just some pelvic tilts. And then what we're going to do is shift our weight forward. So just sinking forward and sliding off the couch. And we're going to catch ourselves as we go. So slide, and then slowly stand up. Again, pelvic floor workout. So feel your sits bones and how they came together. And then you'll let the sits bones widen as you come back, just like you're sitting in chair pose, but here we really have a couch behind us, so we're reaching the sits bones back towards the couch to come down. And then we're gonna go again, just slipping off the edge of the couch. We catch ourselves with our strong legs, and then bringing the sits bones in to stand up. And again, sitting back, reaching the hips back for the chair, but not collapsing, finding the couch, and then sitting back. Let's stand one more time, coming just to the edge, slide off, coming up, bringing the sits bones together, and then sits bones widen as we sit the hips back towards the chair. So this gives us an interesting way to kind of practice what's happening in chair pose. Can we sit back, find the couch, and sit gently without just collapsing down? And also when you get up off the couch, can you get up with your own power without having to like do one of these numbers in order to get off of the couch? So something you can just practice easy peasy when you sit up and sit down. Okay, so we will come to a seat. Great, so again, let's come back to just a little pelvic tilt forward and back. If we're spending a lot of time on the couch, we might be kind of sitting back in this rounded position. And so practicing this tilt, we could even really sit on the sits bones and just do some hip flexion work. So can you bring a knee up as you sit and really feel the deepening in the hip crease, just to help our body adjust or balance out maybe some slouching we've been doing. So even with that, you might feel like, oh, it's easier to sit up straight. I feel a little more solid here. So good. Yay, couch yoga. Let's lean forward then. Chin coming towards the chest, and we'll reach between the knees, drawing the body down as much as we can as we reach forward. Maybe even take the feet a little bit wider, walking to one side and then the other. Just really stretching out the back, especially stretching into the lower back here as we're in a deep hip flexion. And I'm going to walk forward into a downward facing dog. It's okay, couch will be back, don't worry. So wide feet in the down dog, we'll just take a few side to side movements, twists. So an easy down dog is always just a moment away when you're on the couch. Commercial break, not that we have those anymore. Let's inhale, bring the right leg up, stretch it long, bend the knee, whatever you like here. We're just easy little warm up through the hip. I'm going to do a little stretch, a little internal rotation, external. Good. And then I'm going to take that on the other side, so left leg, bending the knee, circles. And stretch it back. Let's bring the right foot up again. Knee to nose. Hello, good morning, core. And stretch. We'll take left knee to nose. Let's put the left foot down. We're going to come into a wide leg forward fold here. Walking the hands through, drawing the head down towards the ground. Lengthening the hamstrings. We could also walk the hands forward and then reach the hips back. I like to add a gentle side to side stretch. Then we're going to turn towards the couch. Bring your hands up to the couch and we'll step the right foot back. Probably need to bring the feet in just a little bit. So I'm using the couch as I reach my hips back, my fingers are reaching forward. I have the couch cushion to kind of grip onto, and this is giving me some added stretch in the back of the shoulder, the lats, down to the hips as I just reach side to side with the hips. Gonna come forward into a plank on the couch. Let's stretch out the calves here. So reach the heels back and up. Really good to work the leg muscles if we're going to be doing a lot of sitting. Also rolling through the toes here. Maybe we'll take some side to side. Get some movement through the ankles. Let's roll one foot and the other. Good, so we're in our plank here. You guessed it, a little chaturanga. Could we even find maybe a modified upward facing dog? And I'm going to push back. Bring the hands down to the ground. Forward fold. Shake the head, yes, no. And then we'll slowly roll up. Bringing the arms up, let's sit back into a chair. We'll hover the right foot and then come to a stand, bringing the knee up with us, playing with balance. And then we'll step the right foot onto the couch. So I'm in a warrior one type position, but the foot is elevated, so this actually gives me access to stretch some different muscles. So I'm going to keep the back foot, rather than turning it out, I'm going to turn the toes towards the couch and even in a little bit. So this lets me really stretch the hip flexors, the psoas muscle, which you might have heard of, iliacus, etc. So let's take a little pulse in and out, Driving the knee forward. Thinking about keeping the chest up, so I don't want to be coming down here, keeping the front of the pelvis up. And then staying into that stretch, opening the arms to the right. Dropping the right arm back. So stretching through this left front side of the body, opening the space between the rib cage and the pelvis. And we'll pivot around, opening to warrior two. Also really nice in this slightly different orientation, we're really able to get to the adductor stretch a little bit better. So we want to have the chest up. Notice if the chest has come forward like this or the pelvis back. See if you can keep all of that in a line. I'm going to come in and out of this stretch just a bit. Yes, maybe you are working in a way you didn't expect with couch yoga. Or you could take a reverse warrior here. Come down for our side angle. Let's come back again for that reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. We'll come around to, I guess this would be what, like half monkey-ish? So heel is on the couch. I'm doing a little internal, external rotation with the foot and really reaching the right sits bone back in that direction as the top of my head reaches towards the foot. Take a few breaths here, feeling into the hamstring on the right leg, taking the hips side to side, watching my TV show underneath my legs. Good. And take the foot back, put it on the ground. We'll come back into that little stretch. So the hands are reaching forward and then sitting my hips back gives me extra back stretch, reaching one hip and then the other. And then I'll hang the hands down, slowly round up through the spine. Shoulder roll at the top. And sweep the arms up, sit back into chair. Imagining you have that couch behind you. And then we'll hover the left foot. Standing up, bringing the knee up with us, finding balance and stability there. And then extending the leg forward, placing it on the couch. So warrior one. And then we have that option of bringing the right toes facing the couch or even turning in just a little bit to help us really stretch the iliopsoas muscle. And then just driving the knee forward, the left knee. I'm going to rotate to the left. And drop the hand back and down. So here I can really get that stretch through the front right side of the body, front right hip. Coming around for warrior two. Keeping chest up, hips up, not going here. Coming into the stretch a little bit deeper. Maybe even a little pulse in and out. And then I'll drop the hand back and reach up. Coming over, side angle. Back, reverse. Straighten the leg. And triangle. Turning towards the leg now, flexing the toes back, reaching back through this left sits bone back that way. So you see I could have it tucked under and then I'm really working in the back, which is fine. If you have tight hamstrings, that might be the way it is. But in order to create more length there, you might even grab that sits bone and pull it back. And then counter that with the heel reaching forward. So they're reaching in opposite directions. hip side to side or rotate the foot in and out. Then I'm going to bring it back. Sit the feet back as I reach the hands forward, rock side to side. Drop the hands down to roll up. Reach the arms up. Let's sit back again into that chair. This time though, bring the right foot into a figure 4, if you like. And then we'll sit back into the chair. I'm going to come to stand, bringing the knee into the chest, and then extending the leg out into that warrior 1. We're just popping in, warrior 2. And then we're going to turn all the way around. I have no idea what we would call this. I guess it's a crescent lunge, but with the foot up. Sure, crescent. So here I'm going to come in and out. So stretching the front of the quad, the front of the right leg, front of the right hip. So coming down as much as is comfortable, working the muscles in the left leg. Great. Then from standing, I'm just going to dive forward with that leg up. Now, plenty of room to play here. This is where it's nice to have the couch against the wall. Put my hands down. I mean, all of this is optional. You don't have to do any of it, but why not? We're playing, right? So press the hands down, and I can come here, if I like, just for fun. Or just here, into a little L stand, or L stand. Kind of playing with getting the hips over the shoulders, over the wrists for headstand. Or maybe we bring the knees down and we want to play with forearm balance or headstand here. So we would just come up like this. So wherever you are, give yourself a couple breaths. Good. Then bring the knees down onto the couch. We'll come into a child's pose, hanging off of the couch. Nice. Walk the hands out into a plank. Lower down. Pressing up. So not going as deep here because the legs are up. Come back to that plank. Pressing back to down dog. Look forward. Walk the hands forward. Forward fold. Oh, that got fun. Roll up through the spine. Let's take a spin, other side. Arms come up. Sit the hips back and down. Let's take the left leg up and over. Figure 4. Getting a little stretch in the back of the hip. We'll come up, bring the knee to chest. And then take the foot forward onto the couch. So finding that warrior 1. And then warrior 2. And then turning into crescent. And we'll lift and lower here. Keeping the chest up, front of the hips up. Nice. Straighten up to come forward. And we have same options to play. So just bringing the foot up. Give it a try. It's easier than you think. Just keep your arms really strong and press in through the fingertips. So squeezing the fingertips into the ground, lifting up out of the elbows, shoulders, wrists, pressing up. So I'm not slouching down, I'm not bending elbows. Strong, straight arms. Or maybe we're just playing here. Okay. Pressing back, child's pose on the couch. How did this get so crazy? I thought we were doing yoga for the couch. All right, we're about to bring it down. This just earned you like 3 other episodes of whatever show you are streaming, so you're welcome. We could even from here play with Crow. You're already in it. It's just one foot or the other. Or maybe you want a little stretch at the front of the hips. So just playing, but work within your within what your body enjoys and can do. How about we bring the hips onto the couch, nothing crazy, and just hang the body down. So you might even find a pillow to put the body on. But my hips are kind of hooked onto the edge of the couch. So it's like a puppy dog pose. Some nice couch is holding my feet for me. Turn my head to the other direction. All right. Let's slide forward, bringing the feet down. We'll turn to face the couch. Bring the feet up, coming back. Let's take a bridge. So you'll need to put the feet down onto the couch. Hands wherever you like. I do a variety of things. And then press the feet into the couch, slowly bringing the hips up. And because the feet are up higher, this can actually give us a nice chance for an inversion, letting gravity kind of draw things back towards the head. So I like the sensation that my knees are supported, being lifted up, and everything is just hanging from that, dangling. So not so much muscular effort through here, but more relaxation, release. And we'll slowly roll down, one vertebra at a time. Rock the knees side to side. Planting feet again, we'll take another bridge. So pressing in, see if you can feel the knees being lifted towards the ceiling, everything else just hanging down from the knees. Long neck. I actually have my shoulders kind of wide here. Sometimes we tuck them under, that's fine too. Maybe taking hips side to side, or doing that pelvic tilt that we were doing earlier. Just playing with mobility through the hip. And then we'll roll down. Come a little bit away from the couch. We'll take a reclined pigeon. Maybe this is what you were thinking when I said couch yoga. So I like to do a little rock side to side before settling into any areas where I want to do a deeper stretch. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can come up on the pinky, on the toes, or you can walk the hips closer to the couch. That'll give you a deeper stretch. Or you can always come in and pull on the leg or the back of the leg. But I like to just add a gentle rock side to side. There's a whole fan of muscles on the back of the hip. So when we add a little rotation like that, find those different aspects of the fan that we could stretch. Line my right foot over. It's feeling nice to head all the way towards a twist. So I'm going to head towards that twist with legs coming over to the left. Upper body to the right. Back up through center. Let's take a bridge to reset, just gentle rolling, peeling the spine off the mat. One breath, and then letting the spine settle back to the mat. And then we'll cross the left over right. Notice this side feels different. Possibly, mine does. Our hips tend to have, we're not symmetrical necessarily in how we use our bodies, so we can notice differences, bring balance there. So gentle rock side to side. Towards the right for that twist, bringing the foot down. Letting the body rest, settle into the mat. The knees into the chest. And then let's put the feet onto the couch, lower legs on the couch. And we'll just find a comfortable position for a quick rest. Tuning again into the breath. Bringing our awareness into the body. So noticing now the body resting into the ground. Feel the support of the ground. May even feel a sense of the ground kind of rising up underneath you to support you. How's the mind feeling? I find that, hanging out on the couch and streaming some good TV can be nice, but it doesn't always leave my mind feeling calm and relaxed. It certainly doesn't leave my mind and my body feeling integrated. So we want to get these practices in where we're bringing awareness to the body. And that can just mean noticing the breath, following the breath, noticing sensation in the body, letting the body rest into the ground or the chair or the couch. And then simple movement practice where we practice with awareness. So you can exercise mindlessly, and it may have some benefit, but we could also do a mindful practice, which has great benefit for body and mind. So take a deep breath in and sigh it out. muscles are feeling warm and relaxed, joints are feeling lubricated and mobile, mind feeling more calm, breath feeling freer and fuller, maybe feeling more vitality in the body, but also a sense of ease and calm. Scan through the body one more time, starting at your feet. Just as you go, bringing gratitude for the body. And also, if there's anywhere you could release a little bit more, relax, bring that as well. So feet, knees, hips, belly, abdomen, chest, shoulders, arms, fingers, neck, jaw, tongue, eyes, face, top of the head. Big inhale and exhale. All right. I'll leave you here to get back to whatever show you're watching. Thanks for joining me on this little couch adventure. I hope you'll see your couch as an opportunity for movement from here on out. And let me know what fun couch yoga you come up with. Enjoy. Good work. Bye-bye.